Okay, so this is a system called Fitbot. I'm just replicating some of their ideas. This is more for the personal profile of the client, so we can get to know them a little bit better and direct them to certain types of programming that I want to add to them. So basically, they'll be getting some more information off them. So how I want this done is once the client is registered into the system, they get an email and then they have to fill in this information in their profile. So the profile management, and the three things are goals, just some of their limitations, okay, and also the equipment that they have available to them. So I will now just put this video on, and this person will speak about that.
Excel, is it on a blog? Having all those things moving around creates inefficiency in your work. Fitbot puts it all right here on the right hand side of the bar. So do your best to explore these features to really optimize them. Briefly, the ones that I find most valuable for myself would be goal setting. First and foremost, I want to understand what the client wants to achieve. What is their problem? That's the solution that I can provide as a business. In this case, this client, Terrell Jacobs, I modeled after myself. There are non-negotiables in this person's goals. They want health before performance, and they want to make sure they have a good time. It's not about performance for this person. They just want to express themselves through fitness while really enjoying the process and the journey. There's really no outcome to their goals. But by me knowing that, it definitively impacts what I'm eventually going to write in these cells. Some other critical features would be limitations. Specifically, if you work with injured populations or traditionally masters, athletes, there's bound to be something that you have to consider before writing in the program. When getting a large volume of clients, keeping track of all these notes, this is the first thing that I come back to before I actually write 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however many weeks I'm going to write. I reflect and remind myself, who is this person and what do I need to achieve? So in this instance, I can remember that Terrell, he is very mobile, although he has some issues in the shoulder and previous injuries. I can recognize some previous low back issues, and it all just helps me center myself by reflecting on these notes briefly, what I'm actually going to put in, again, on the right-hand side. Last but not least, I keep excellent description of the equipment at hand. OPEX works with international clients. They are in separate gyms from one another. I could work with someone in New York and in Cairo, Egypt, and they're going to have different equipment. So it's important that I know that I'm not writing or programming something that the person doesn't have on hand in their facility. So this, particularly for me, and the way that I work, is hypercritical. For others, you might find that the note-taking function is even more important. This is where you might add the specific lifts that the person wants to improve. It's where you might add if the client is going out of town for a weekend, etc. You put it all in here. Again, the right-hand side of the bar is so powerful. Once you get the script and the narrative created for the client, you have the story built, it makes your system in writing much more fluid and much more improved, much more efficient, honestly, for the final product that you deliver to the client.